Record. All right, so I'm Louise. Tonight we have a couple of us on the call, and what I'm going to actually do is share my computer screen and be able to show you Beachbody On Demand and where you can go in and access the material there, and then just show you some other cool stuff on our Facebook page that I will upload some files that you can use as well, and then you'll have access to those, you know, anywhere. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so I'm actually on, here's our Facebook page, and it is a secret page. Somebody asked that, and just so you know, this is a very safe environment. Only the people that are in this page can see this page, and only you can post in it. And you cannot share from here. So if you notice, it does not have the share option. So what we share here stays here. So on here too, we did, I wanted everybody to kind of introduce themselves, and I see we got quite a few of them going. So I'll tag the others to make sure everybody kind of gets the information out there. It's good to know who you're in the group with. And then, you know, kind of what the other people are doing, because we're going to share our struggles, we're going to share our victories, we're going to help each other out and motivate each other. That's what is really great about having the challenge group. It's the accountability and the motivation that we get from each other that keeps us going. And then on here too, I also had asked for goals, and this is really important to set your goal and try to be as specific and measurable as you can. So if you wanted to lose 8 pounds in this 21 days, you know, that's got specificity to it. You can measure that, and it has a timeline. Of course, we're in 21 days, so that's going to be our timeline, but you know, you have something to shoot for. Or if you have a specific eating habit that you're trying to break, like you're trying to cut down on processed sugars, or quit drinking soda, or, you know, cut down on creamer in your coffee, that kind of thing. So it's important to, even if you're not going to share totally in depth here on this page, to write that out yourself, and it is really good to write it out. And then I also ask people, most people, when I ask them what their goals are, it's, I want to lose weight and get fit. But, you know, we all do. And so I ask them, well, why is that your goal? Why is it important to you to lose weight and to get into shape? Because there's really something deeper, and there's something behind that. And then when you answer that first why, maybe you want to do it because you have, you know, this summer you have a special event that's coming up. And so then ask yourself again, why? Why is it important for you to have lost weight and to be in shape for that event? Because what you really want to do is to get as deep as you can with your why, and that's going to help you stick to the how of what we're doing here, of, you know, getting in that extra 30 minutes and pushing play, especially if you have to get up early and do it, and avoiding the snacks in the break room and that kind of thing. You know, you've got to really have an important reason and something that's going to drive you to stick to the plan. So if you haven't kind of gotten deep with your why, I would suggest writing about that and getting, you know, going a little deeper. Just ask yourself why, and then why again. Okay, so now I'm going to go into Beachbody On Demand. So if you log into your teambeachbody.com, into your account, then there's up in the top corner, there's Beachbody On Demand. You want to click on that. It's going to bring you to this screen. Then you want to go to, under Programs, to your member library.
Don't worry about it.
And then here's where all your purchase programs are going to be.
What the fuck is that?
Whoops. I probably should mute some people. Hey, Karen.
Hi. I was having issues trying to log in, but I'm good.
You're here. All right. Well, we were just going over on the Facebook page, you know, introducing yourself and then talking about your goals.
Okay.
Let's see. What I'm going to do here is stop share first. What I'm going to here and I'm going to mute all. I'm going to mute you all because that just helps cut down the background stuff and it makes it easier to listen. Okay. So then I'm going to share the screen again. Here we go. Okay. So here we are in the Beachbody On Demand. If you go into, when you purchase programs, you'll have access to all of them on here. So wherever you go, wherever you can stream, where you have the internet. So then you want to click into your 21-Day Fix or 21-Day Fix Extreme, whichever one you got. And in here, you have all the workouts. And you can just push play, and it just plays it right here on the screen. But you also have over here all of the documentation that you would receive with your challenge pack as well. So here is the 21-Day Fix food list. So this is all the different containers, and this is just suggested foods that you fill your container with. And note that the foods on the top of the list are the ones that have the higher, the denser, higher value nutrients to them. So if you can choose from the top of the list, you're going to be getting more nutrient-rich foods. Then, so you have the food list, exclusive toolkit, and I'm going to download some of these to our page, and I'll show you where they will end up. But this is just your quick start container count. We'll go over how you get to your calorie, daily calorie level. Here's a grocery list. So when you're picking the foods that you want to fill your containers with, you can just jot them down. I use this all the time, and I love it. Kind of keeps it all straightforward for me. And then there's also this. It's a daily food tracker for you, meal planner. But I'm also, there's a 21-Day Fix tracker. It's a free app that you can get, and I use that, and it's just right on my phone, and it just, each day you track when you've eaten something and what the container was, and then it then it shows you how many you have left over. So it's good to see that as I'm approaching sort of mid-afternoon and what I've got left for the day. FAQs, this is really good information here, and this you can access. And also when you go here, what I like about this too is, of course, there's a lot of information on your, on the 21-Day Fix here. So I won't read through that. But then just know, because when you log into your teambeachbody.com account, you have access to this blog and all of this other information. Like, there is just a lot of great information out here on this particular page, and then also on the main page that when you log into, there's a lot of great information. So if you're looking, you have some questions, you might just read through this one. How do you, one of the frequently asked is, how do you measure items cooked or uncooked? Unless it specifies it as cooked in the plan, then go with uncooked. So like with quinoa and rice, those are specified as cooked or uncooked, and you measure them out. Let's see. Because that's a yellow container, and our yellows are always the ones that we tend to overdo. Brown rice, you measure it cooked. So you cook it, then you measure it. And same with the quinoa. Yep. Otherwise, you'd end up with a lot more. Okay, so back to here. So also, if you've got your pack, here's something you'll get. It's the start here, okay? In here, go down. The calendar. So we go Monday through Sunday. If I can move this. And it lines it out Monday through Sunday, what we're going to do. And then also on the Facebook page, I will post the night before what the workout is for the next day. And just know there's a total body cardio fix and there's a cardio fix. And one's on one DVD, one's on the other. So don't mix those up. Monday is total body cardio fix. Okay? On the last week, the third week, we have the option of doing doubles. And that's doing a workout like at one time of the day and then another double workout at a second time of the day. So if you work out in the morning here on Monday, you would do total body cardio fix, and then sometime in the afternoon or evening, you do Pilates fix. And that's just a way to boost your metabolism twice and burn extra calories. Now, this is optional. If you feel inclined to do it and you want to get a maximum results out of the 21 days, you can do this. And by all means, you don't have to do every single day, but it's an option for you. And then this last part of this start here little pamphlet just kind of gives you a rundown of what the exercises are about. So, workout calendar. Okay, so then you have the eating plan book. If you haven't gotten it, you might go into your Beachbody On Demand and figure out what your, it's taking a little bit to load. There we go. So I'm gonna go, you wanna get to page 4, and this is where you're gonna set your daily calorie category. So it's a really simple calculation of your current weight times 11, add 400, that's your base, and then you take, if you're wanting to lose weight, you take away 750 calories. So depending on what that puts you at, that will determine your container count for the program. So then you go to page 18, and here it is. So a lot of people fall into the lower range, 1,200 to 1,500. So this means that you're getting 3 green containers, 2 purple, 4 red, 2 yellow, 1 blue, 1 orange, and 2 spoons. So what does that really mean? Then you would go to your food list, and in the book it has them all. So like here's your purple container, and here's what you can put in there. Now, if you can fit that in the container, you can have it as long as you put the lid on, right? And a lot of people just kind of squeeze it all in there. It really ends up being quite a bit of food. And so whatever can fit in the container, unless it has a specific quantity, like the tangerines is too small, right? A banana is a half a banana. Yeah. Okay. I think, let me look at, is there anything else? There's a vegan eating plan here, and that just modifies really your red container, your proteins, if you're vegan. So that is there. There's a 3-day quick fix, and this is, it's in there, and not a lot of people use it, but I'm just gonna address it because it's in there. And you've heard me maybe talk about 3-day refresh. That's not what this is. This is 3-day quick fix. If you have, Autumn uses it for her bikini competitions, and if you have to drop a couple of pounds quickly, you can do this. And what it does, it is strictly, your carbs in the morning, a high protein and vegetable 3 days, and no fruits, no sugars. And so there's, I guess, a time and a place for it, but we won't be doing it on this round. But just know it's there. Okay. So let's come back out, stop share. I will unmute you guys. Unmute all. Okay. So when you go ahead and calculate your daily calorie level and you figure out your container count, look through the book, look through the food list, start building your grocery list, because this weekend we will, you're going to go out and you're going to do your grocery shopping. Typically on the weekend before the Mondays start, and this will happen, each weekend, we get our base food and we prep those. So we want to, like what I do is cook up my quinoa and my brown rice. I cook up some meats. I have my vegetables prepped and I have fruits on hand. And then I've been doing it a while, and I know exactly what my breakfast and my lunch and my snacks are basically going to look like. So really then the variety comes into my dinners. And so I make sure I have those planned out and onto my grocery list as well. So then you have, to be able to track it, you do have tally sheets in the back of your book. But if you go to the 21-day free tracker or 21-day fix tracker, you get just a nice app here, you can see it, and it gives you the days, and then so like it'll tell you this is like for tomorrow, so you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but it has your calorie counts there. And then so you would just mark them in. So then if I had breakfast was some quinoa, some turkey bacon, and some water, and I put that in, and a vegetable or a fruit. So then it shows, what I had there and then what I have left, right? So it's kind of good, especially if you're not going to totally plan your days out ahead of time. You either got to plan it or you got to track it. I would suggest doing a little bit of both so that you have the foods on hand. Like, you don't have to plan it down to the T what every meal is going to be, but have the foods that you like on hand and ready so that you're not reaching for convenience food, things that are not going to be healthy choices. And then make sure you just track it as you go to keep you on track. I'm going to post out there too. There's a great video that Autumn does that kind of goes over some of this stuff too on the eating plan. So I'm going to post that on our page as well. The first week, if you're just starting, if you're brand new to the eating plan, the first week is probably the most confusing. It feels confusing. It's new, but then you kind of get into the swing of it. So, but at any time, if you have any questions, is this a red or purple? Just let me know. Go ahead and ask. Okay, so then you also have your Shakeology, and the preferred way is to, with water and ice and blend it. That just kind of makes it thicker. It fills you up more. It kind of gives it that consistency, so it's just more, like a treat more than trying to down a protein drink. And of course, this is a nutrition drink. There's so much more in it than just protein. So, but we count it as one red. So 1 scoop is 1 red. You can add fruits to it. You can use almond milk. Just make sure you count for those in your daily container count. So your almond milk would be yellow. Your fruit would be purple. And just depending on how you want to shift those colors around, then usually I save mine, and I just have mine with water and ice and maybe some extract sometime or spice, because there are some free items that you can get that are listed in the book too. And so enjoy that. I love mine. I haven't had mine today. I'm going to have mine after. So we went over the workout schedule. I would encourage you to figure out what time of day is going to be best for you. If you're going to do it first thing in the morning before you get headed out for the day, it's the best time if you can get that done in the morning, because after you've had a long day, it's really hard to get it in at night, I've found. But if nighttime is your time, then by all means, just make sure that you schedule it in, though. Make this a priority. This is only 21 days. Let's just really commit to that and know that that's your me time, and you really want to just, no excuses. Like, get that 30 minutes in. Time's up. So the equipment that you need for the workouts is a set of light weights, 5 to 8 pounds, depending on what your fitness level is. If you have shoulder impingements, you might want to do a 3 pound to start. And then a heavy set, 5 to 8 pounds. Unless you've been working out and you feel more advanced, you may be able to do 10 pounds on some of the moves. So maybe this first week you get a feel for that, but at least have a light set and a heavy set. Kat on the videos does your modifications, so watch her, especially this first week. We need to get started. Form is king. If you have to do it with no weights this first week, do that, because form is king, right? We want to make sure nobody gets injured, and we're doing it with the best form to get the most effective benefit from the exercises. If we're doing it in the wrong form, we're not working the muscles correctly. Before photos and measurements, nobody likes to do these. Nobody likes to do these. They are so important. And you might not want to do it now, but if you don't do it now, I guarantee you're going to wish you had later. I just had somebody tell me that today. I wished I did my before photo, measurement. She has made tremendous progress, and you can tell But she doesn't have that to compare against. But, you know, again, she looks awesome. So obviously, you know, she's got an after. But, you know, you put in the hard work and you put in the dedication and you sacrifice, like, especially if you've got, you know, parties coming up or events happening, cookies being brought into the office or whatever, you know, you're making those sacrifices and you're making these changes, these healthy lifestyle changes. And so it's really good and rewarding to be able to see and the numbers, and then also with the photo. And you don't have to share the photo. That's for your use only, but guaranteed you will be happy you have it when it comes time to do the 21 day after, you know. Although you can sign up for the Beachbody Challenge, and it's in teambeachbody.com. When you log in under challenge, you can enter the challenge, and you just enter in some information there. You can put in any before photo, really. And you put in your measurements, and then you go in at the end of the round and you put in your after photo. I mean, you don't have to be wearing, you know, a bikini or anything. It can just be any photo. And your after measurements, and then you can be entered in to win $500 daily. They give away, and they give it, I think, $1,000 monthly, $2,500 quarterly, and up to like $100,000 at the end of the year. So it's definitely worth it. Okay, so do that, and I'm going to post something out there too, you know, reminding you to do it and to like when you've done it. So I want to know that everybody's done that. And then for the expectations for participation in the group, you know, sometimes we join a group on Facebook and we really just, it's an interest of ours, and we kind of watch the news feed and get some information out of it. But I really like some participation, and this is your group, and this is about accountability. But we can't have accountability without participation, because otherwise it's just really a spectator kind of page. But if you're posting like, didn't want to work out, but I did it, I feel so much better, you are going to motivate somebody else who didn't want to work out to get their workout in. So that's kind of what this is about too, is you know, helping to push each other and celebrating the victories, the non-scale victories. You know, there was a potluck at work and I stuck to my eating plan, and so share that stuff, or share recipes and that kind of thing. So, and I'll be posting out, we'll have a little challenge within this challenge to do some of that stuff and kind of like be entered into a drawing, and we'll have a prize at the end. So we'll try to make it fun. So if you're brand new, we've got a couple people who are coming over from a round that's finishing up this weekend, and they're going to start onto another round. If at the end of this round you want to continue on to another, you know, I've had people do multiple rounds with me, because, you know, we're not all going to achieve our goal in this first round. So, you know, I'm your coach for life, if that's what it takes, right? So just know that, and set that goal for this 21 days, and let's hit that goal, and then we'll set another. I also have, some of you are in it, but some of the new people I haven't put in there because I didn't want to kind of overwhelm you yet. But I also have, it's called the Living Fit Club. It's another secret page where, you know, everybody who's done a round, who might not be in one of these one-on-one kind of more focus groups, is in there. And I kind of just keep, like, it's more of like a maintenance page that to help them stay motivated and kind of keep them going, and some structure there. So I will enter you guys out over into that page in probably a few days, maybe after we get started. So not to overwhelm you. Okay, so does anybody have any questions at this point? Was that Mary who got on?
Louise, this is Mary.
Yeah, hi Mary.
Hi, I'm on the phone. I was wondering about, you mentioned earlier, well, I haven't gotten my pack yet, so, you know, don't have anything to look through, but I know you just ordered it. But you had said something about there's going to be a DVD, there's going to be either DVD, there's going to be one of each, DVDs and streaming the exercises. So, I mean, I may be able to, but I'm just going to assume for now I'm only going to be wanting to do DVDs. Mm-hmm. So does that mean I would be cut off from one of the two exercise?
Nope. You have
Okay.
access to the streaming as long as you're a Beachbody customer. Yeah, and so watch this video after I post it out onto the Facebook page, because I actually shared my computer screen and showed how to go into there and access the streaming workouts and the documents that will come with your pack, so that you can see some of the information that we went over as far as the eating plan and the food lists. And before, yeah, so, but the DVDs are good too. I mean, I use them just because, you know, I'm a little old school for one, and, you know, I don't like to rely on the internet, so I'm a kind of a DVD girl, but I do like to go out on Beachbody On Demand and try some other workouts every now and then. So, any other?
Okay, great.
One thing before, let me share my screen one more time, just because I wanted to show you on our Facebook page. Up here at the very top. Okay, so some of those documents that we went over, I have them in PDF form. So I will upload them and they will be under this Files tab here. Okay, so like the food list and the daily tracker, the eating plan, the start here, those kind of things. I'll go ahead and post them out here so you have access to them right here on this page as well. I also do, I have it on my fridge, I think. Oh, but I'll post this out there too. And this is my Excel spreadsheet that I do to track my, to plan my meals. And it just it helps me with my grocery list. So I like to do that. We're doing the Dave Ramsey budget thing too. And so kind of like really having to buckle down on, when I go to the store, it has to be efficient. So I will post those out there. We'll keep going through prep week and making sure everybody's ready. Again, build that grocery list, because you're going to want to figure out what time this weekend. It's Valentine's on Sunday, so figure out when you can get your grocery shopping in and get some of that food prep done. Food prep can take an hour, depending on what you're doing, maybe 2 hours, depending on what you're doing. So just kind of, I don't know, if you've got people in the household, have them help you, put on some tunes, you know, and just make it a fun thing. But know that will take you dedicate at least an hour to get that done after your shopping. Because one of the critical parts is when come Monday, you know, you're back to work and you're on the run, have that stuff ready to go, right? That is really a key component. So, any other questions? All right, I'm excited. Yay. I can't wait to get started. We're going to have fun. So again, participation out there would be great. I'd like to see people post sweaty selfies and just recipes, motivational quotes. You know, let's just really make it fun. So if nobody has any other questions tonight, again, feel free to reach out to me anytime on the Facebook page or Facebook message, or excuse me, I'll put my phone number out there too so you can text me. Yep. All right, everybody. Thanks for being on the call.
Bye.
We'll see you.
Thank you, Louise.
Back.